There's one right there. Yep. Now I sight fish this fish up. This fish is not on bed. I just sight fished him. Golly. And it's a pretty good shell cracker bluegill hybrid right there. Big enough to eat, no doubt. But this is going to make for some great bait right here. What we're going to be doing today is going to be a unique way of fishing. I want to share it with y'all because fishing is a sport second to none. See how shallow that water is, folks? I see a few more swimming around right here. I'm just blowing down through here looking for some bluegill or shell cracker, any kind of panfish. It don't make any difference to me now. There's one. I got that out from under that bird, so I might be a better fisherman than him. He don't like that. Look, he's mad. He's real mad about that. But that one's going to be big enough. We'll put him in the bucket. I don't need but like one more, then we'll start fishing. But look at there. He's mad. He's got his mouth open. Hey, you quit being mean. You don't do that. You don't own this river. Well, I'm using 2-pound test line, a little bitty strike indicator, and a little Nico mayfly, and that's a size 14 hook. But yeah, I'm just sight fishing them right now. I love this rod race. This is ultralight. Let's make a long cast up there. There's one. I might go ahead and keep him. Let's see. Let's go ahead and keep him. I might just scale him and cut him up in little cross sections. Y'all probably wondering what we're going to do today, but I'm going to let the cat out of the bag right here in just a little bit. I've got these on. I'm looking down in the water. These are solar shields. Now you can get them at Walmart. They'll go over your prescriptions. It'll cut all the glare. What cuts the glare off of water is by selecting glasses that has these side shields right here, real thick. It helps keep that sunlight from going in behind the glasses, and you can really see. I mean, I see a bass there, 2 bass right there. One of them's about 15 inches. There's another bass about 13.5 inches. Well, that was a lot of fun just catching bait, folks. Especially on, oh my goodness, this is a noodle whip of a rod. I enjoyed that. It makes me want to just focus on bluegill and shell cracker, but that'd be for a different day. With this rod right here, I had a hard time. I'm talking about getting them in. And that's what you want. That's the sport of fishing. But today, that's not what we're going to focus on. What we're going to do is we're going to skip docks, up under docks, for catfish. Now I'm going to show you my setup right here, which is really a simple setup. This is a very, very effective technique. This is a very, very great way to catch big channel cat. This is a great way to, how do you say it? It's a great pattern to fish for these channel cat all summer long. And we'll go into the details of why this is a great pattern and why it works pretty consistently. Okay, what I'm going to be doing, and I got several rods with me, I might change, but this is 12-pound test mono that I have on this Penn reel. This is a Penn Battle 3 2000 size, and I have a 6-foot, I believe this is a 6'9". Let me make sure about it. I believe it's a 6'9" Falcon medium action rod, and right here is a size 1/0 eagle claw circle hook, and that's all they are to it. I'm not going to use any weight. What I'm going to do is just use these bluegills. I'm either going to strip them up or I'm going to fillet them, and I'm going to skip up under some of these docks, and we're going to drag some catfish out from under them. Alright folks, I'm going to start on this dock right here, and then we'll work with them down through here. But what I'm going to do is take this hook. Now I have it snailed. That's a snail knot, 12-pound test, mono. But what I'm going to do is I've cut a cross section right here. Now I may fillet them, I don't know, it depends. Sometimes they'll hit them one way or the other better, but I'm just going to stick him right there in that gut cavity, right there. Now that's real strong. There's a lot of hook exposure that'll get the job done. Okay, let's get into the reason why these fish are going to be holding on these docks all summer. The reason is, well, I'm back here on a flat off of the main river, back up in the slough. It's very shallow back up in here. The average depth is a couple feet. But there's a lot of aquatic vegetation out here under the dock. There's not. And there's a lot of shade. And that's the reason I believe that they relate to these. And it's a good feeding area. A lot of small bluegill is always going to be up under these docks all summer long. It's a great feeding area for these channel cats. Now if you can see what I mean? A lot of vegetation right here. But on up in there where the sun can't penetrate, there's not. So let's get that bait back up in there. I got that drag set about right. Now if them catfish is under there, and a lot of times they'll load up under these docks, there'll be several catfish right here up under each dock. I mean, I've caught as many as 7 or 8 under a dock, but we'll let it lay up under there, and that's what I do. I throw it up under there, and I just let it lay up in, just let it lay in one spot, and every once in a while I'll move it. And if that fish is there now, see, I moved it right there just a couple inches. If he's there, we'll have him caught right here in just a second. There he is. See there, folks? Now getting him out is going to be the deal. Let's push the boat off right here. Now all I'm going to do is just hold steady pressure on that fish. This is a good one right here. Steady pressure. This is a good fish right here. Now we got him out. That took some doing right there. That's a big male. That's the reason why. Y'all excuse me. Let's get him away from this dock. Man, that fish was putting the hammer on me. Now these rods right here are Falcons. Yeah, Walmart. Walmart has them, or they did have them. I bought these last year and they're doggone good rods. Y'all seen how I could get that fish out of there pretty easy, but let's go ahead and net this fish. This is a male. Now, I had to let that bait lay in there for about 5 minutes. A little bit longer than what I thought I should have had, but still, he grabbed it. Good fish, my goodness. He is all beat up because he's been spawning. That is a good male. Oh my goodness. That's a big male right there. Now the way I know he's a male is because he's ugly and his head's big and he's meaty. Got a meaty old head right here and a lot bigger mouth than a female. But that fish right there is going to go in the bucket because we're going to take a few of these to a neighbor who loves to eat channel cats. So, good fish. Very, very difficult to get him out from under that dock. But now that is the sport of fishing. Now this pattern right here will work on any lake throughout the summer, or any I've ever been to. It works. Now let me say this, when it comes to fishing back up in areas like this where there's very few shad, these fish are accustomed to eating bluegill. This is where bluegill is going to rank supreme when it comes to fishing for catfish, no doubt. But that fish, that fish didn't get my cut bait, so I'm just going to get positioned back again and see if there's another one there. They should be. If there's not, there'll be some more, some war. That's a fact. Let it be written in the book of catfish that that is a fact. That's something different. See, I'm going nuts, folks. That's ain't right. I have caught a ton of catfish like this. They're just, the only thing of it is I'm using a little bit light for fishing up under a dock, but they're a little bit different than bass. Once you get a hook in them, they don't really try to bury you up real deep, like a largemouth bass would if you'd hook one, say, under there a long ways. They don't really try to do that. So just by making sure that you hold constant pressure on them and just kind of nursemaid that fish out of there is what I do. But let's get another skip back up in there, and that was a long ways. Now remember, see all this vegetation? Well, there's none up under there. None at all. So anyhow, when I get bit with a circle hook, and the water's not over, oh my goodness, 2 feet up under there. But when I get bit, just reel. Don't set the hook. Don't jerk. Because if you do, you're going to lose them. Now, like I said, as far as how many's up under a dock, well, that varies. I mean, some docks I have a bunch of them. Some of them you may not get but a bite or two. Some docks you may not get any bites. You just have to go from one dock to the next until you find them. Alright folks, I broke off, so I'm using a different deal right here, but it's still 12-pound test line, circle hook, same deal. Just a different reel. This is a tournament series luge reel with a Shimano Celis. There he is. There he is right there. That's a good one right there, folks. I'm just going to have to, there's a lot of braces and stuff in here. I'm just going to have to hold a lot of pressure to get him out there. We ain't got him out yet. This is a good one. I just come up here on a different dock. Made a skip. Okay, he's got wrapped around that post, but here he comes back around it. We might get this one. There he comes. Okay, we got him out of there. That was hard. I bet you my arm was in y'all's way, and I excuse me for that. But now that fish was, there's actually a 2-by all the way down the length of this particular dock also. But this is a good one right here. My goodness. I'm going to have to definitely retie my knot right here. But that shows one doggone thing, that a snail knot's a strong knot, because that fish right there was mean. I'm talking about mean. That took some doing. That's a big channel cat right there. Now these folks that I'm going to give these fish to, they like them like that. They like them like that. So that's a good deal. If that's what they want, that's fine. Personally, I like the smaller ones. But that's just my opinion. That don't mean anything. But golly, did y'all see that? I mean, I pitched it under there and I didn't have to wait a minute, probably. And that fish had it. And I knew it was a catfish, no doubt. Hey man, this is fun. This is sporty. These are the days of our, oh, don't get my Sprite. Y'all know what I'm saying. But let me show y'all something right here. See that small piece of bait I'm using right there? It ain't very big. Ain't very big at all. And look at there, what a channel cat. Ain't that something? Let's get this hook out and put him on ice. But what I'm gonna do right now, no doubt that was a heck of a battle. And 12-pound test line is a little bit light for this. Really, I should be using 20, at least 20. But y'all know me. But so far, so good. I hadn't got broke off but one time, but I hooked a post. It wasn't a count of a fish. But big old channel cat. Big old giant channel cat. That's what they want, so let's put him in the bucket. Well, I'll tell you what, if I don't catch another, by Ned, they got 2 big old channel cat right there to eat. They said they was fish hungry. So, be a good neighbor. If you got some good neighbors, take care of them. That's another thing we need to be doing, in my opinion, folks. Your neighbors didn't do nothing to you. If you're friendly to them, with them, 9 times out of 10 they'll be friendly with you. You need to have some kind of a relationship with your neighbors. People's getting away from that. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to stop talking about that, but y'all know I'm telling the truth. Let me move in a little bit closer right here. And you know, that bite was extremely quick, so that tells me something. Just like all species, when you get bit quick, not all the time, but many times, that means there's some more fish under there. There was some competition going on. That bite was quick, real quick. Okay, let's just cut us another cross section about like that. It don't take much of anything to get the job done. And these fins right here, I'll just take a pair of scissors and just trim those fins up like that, and that's it. That's really all you have to do. But I did mention a while ago, a lot of times I fillet a bluegill because they bite it better. Y'all excuse my stuttering. I know there's some more fish up under there. But just like that, that's all I'm using, just a small bait. And now 1/0 or a 2/0 circle hook, like I've mentioned before, well, if you're specifically targeting channel cat, is, in my opinion, about the best size. Skip way back up yonder way. Once again. Okay. I'm going to tighten that drag up because I have to. Really, 12-pound line is a little bit light for this. I've done mentioned that. But what I'm doing is, once I get a hook up, I'm just keeping pressure on the fish. Not trying to horse him out, just keeping pressure on him. And then when I can gain a little line, I will. So that's what I'm doing right here. But the dangers of a dock like this, there's a lot of braces up under there. I mean, a bunch of them. And if a fish ties a knot or ties around that a couple of times, one of those posts, it's probably over with. But a lot of times, if you go about it just right, most of the time, I'm going to say that, you can get them out. You can't get antsy with it. But it wouldn't hurt to have 15 or 20-pound test line. It would make me feel a little bit better. Golly. Y'all see that? I still got him. It's a good one too. Doggone. That fish almost got that rod. That's what I'm talking about. Usually I know better than to lay it down. But I seen that fish. This is a big old channel cat. I seen that fish come to the edge, you know, when I first come up here. I told y'all that. But I never could get him to bite. Look at there, what a fish. Ain't that pretty? In that clear water, it's not often that I get to see them fight in this clear water, but boy, they can fight, folks. Woo, I like to lost a good outfit. This loose reel, they don't even make them no more. I can't tell y'all how this fish is fighting. I know one thing, my neighbors is going to like me. They already do. I told them I'd bring them some if I could get them to bite. And we're getting them to bite. That's a big son of a gun. Whew. He hit it so hard he hooked himself. Golly, what a catfish. That is a big dog right there. That ain't no little one. Not for this part of the country. I tell y'all what, folks, I almost lost that outfit right there. Let's see. Yeah, got him right in the corner of the mouth. Y'all hear that a lot from these catfishermen, but that's what a circle hook does. I love them. But I almost lost that. If I hadn't been fast, a fast old man. Cartner work through the years has done that for me, I believe. But let's see if we can get him off. I like to lost a good outfit right there. That's a big channel right there. Somebody's gonna have some good eating. Let's put him in the bucket. I'm having a lot of fun out here. That was a lot of fun. That was a thrill. But I'm going to move to the next dock because I've been on this one for a while. I seen that fish up here at the head of the dock. And obviously he's a lot bigger than what I thought he was. But I never could get him to bite. And I've been here for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Whoops. Finally he bit. And when he did, it was almost disaster. But thank the Lord, we got him. The more that sun bears down on this water and the more bright it is. When I first started off, it was overcast quite a bit, but now it's starting to sort of not be as bad. But anyway, what happens is the more intense the shade is up under these docks, the more fish gather up under them. And like I said, they will do that all summer. It's just another pattern to catch catfish. Alright folks, let's try this one. Way back up in there. This dock here is probably, it might be 3 feet up under it. 3 feet of water. Got a lot of shade right here. I would love to hook one right here because it wouldn't be so hard to get him out. Or I don't think it would. But I put my drag pretty tight. See, that's pretty tight, 12-pound line. As tight as I can so I can keep that fish coming towards me. I don't try to, you can't, with 12-pound line, you can't horse them out. If you do, you're going to get popped. Ain't no doubt in my mind about that. Especially if they're this size, catfish. Channel cats really pull. But I try to set it to where they can't break it. But yet it will slip if it needs to. Y'all see what I'm talking about. So I'm maximizing this drag just as tight as I possibly can. Now I would be a lot better off, like I said, with 15 to 20 pound test line, but nah, we're getting them. We ain't broke off yet, so far we've been very fortunate. There he is. There he is. Oh, let's get him out. If we can. Let me just back up. This is another good one. Golly. Boy. That little circle hook will get them, folks. Golly, powerful, powerful fish. I'm not kidding y'all. Doing this is sporty. So far, I hadn't lost a battle yet. There he is. It's a wonder. Look at there. Golly, bum. Ain't that something? That's what I'm talking about. I wished I could explain that a little bit better, but just keeping the pressure on them, but yet not housing them. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, you're done. You're done. You really ain't, but I'm going to take advantage of this. Oh, well, if I can. It's a good one. Golly. Golly, every one of these has been mules, folks. Every single one of them's been mules. Wow, I hadn't caught a small one yet. There, what a quality fish right there. Somebody's gonna eat tonight. I guarantee you that. Old guy said, I don't care how big they are or how little. I want some catfish. So there we go. That's probably going to be about it. Well, folks, I finally done it. I finally tried to do it. This is something I used to do a whole lot many years ago. And and still today it'll work, no doubt. I knew it would. I've mentioned it on this channel a lot of different times. I don't know, for those of y'all who's watched, if you'll recall, I have mentioned that, several times, but I never did do it for some reason. But and there's a lot of different other things that I know that I haven't shared yet. It's going to take a while. I've been fishing a lifetime, and it's going to take a long time to get all this out. But that is a very, very great, it's a great method of fishing, especially if the water clarity is pretty clear in your lake. That'll work. Right now, as we speak, there's catfish, there's channel catfish. Now, I'm just talking about specifically channel catfish right now. Forget about the blues and all that. But right now, there's channel catfish up in just a foot of water, and there's some out here in 35 and 40 feet of water, and everywhere in between. But a lot of these catfish will live up shallow, almost year long. They have everything that they need up there shallow, just like bass. Some bass are shallow oriented fish. They just live up shallow. Some prefer deeper, and that's just the way fishing is. There's a lot of things that's said about it that I'm not going to disagree with, but I just don't see eye to eye with a lot of it. But that's just my opinion, just like everybody else has theirs about the sport of fishing and fish behavior. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments, everything y'all do for this channel. Y'all, I appreciate y'all. Oh, I've been holding it back. I'm wanting to scream right now to the top of my lungs. I want to scream! And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you!